Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. This is the UCO Broadband Meeting for January 8th, 2025. And thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. We haven't had a meeting in a while, so this should be interesting. I just want to get the housekeeping out of the way first. And then, well, first I'll introduce Miriam Decker and Ira Levy, our guests today from Breezeline. And your new business, we will be talking to them about the new stuff. I hope that you've had a minute to look through the minutes. And I would entertain a motion to accept the minutes.
Accept the minutes. Second.
Thank you, thank you. Any discussion on the minutes? The changes to the minutes? Hearing none, I will accept them as presented. Ira, before we go into the new product information, would you by any chance bring any of the service call information?
I don't have that with me today, but
Okay.
we'll be here for the post TV.
Yeah, okay, all right. What I'd like to do is start to kind of keep track of, you know, how we're doing, service call wise, just keep the group informed of any changes. So if you could just have a look at how have we been doing, have there been any changes, and I just email it to me if you would. You know, and that way I'll disperse that information to the rest of the group, just, you know.
Question. I think in the last meeting, we talked about people having a lot of issues should contact UCO before they contact Breezeline, is that correct?
Yes, they should contact Breezeline.
Oh, when they get no satisfaction.
If they're not getting anywhere with Breezeline, then
That's what I
yes,
said.
definitely, call here, come in. In fact, I had somebody today was having trouble with their bill. I said, take the bill over to the office. If you're not happy with the way they're addressing it at the office, bring it
I
in
had some
and
people,
I'll communicate, you know.
I had some people question me about that, and I told them if you have no satisfaction yet, then definitely call UCO.
Yeah. I mean, and Ira has been addressing every single thing that we brought to him. And this is the first billing issue. Have you had any billing lately?
Just one, and Ira and I straightened it out, but it was a matter of communications.
Okay.
Where somebody was supposed to suspend their service, put it on seasonal,
Okay.
and they ended up disconnecting her.
Oh,
And it was all worked out. The only thing that we're hearing more and more again is the people at the office not having patience, being rude, not answering the people's questions.
Unfortunately.
So it's, you know, it happens.
So I just want to acknowledge, we do have two new people that have asked to become part of the board, part of the committee, Mary O'Sullivan and Duke Horton. So we're gonna be adding to our ranks, and we're gonna need all your help as we go forward, so. Mary, you had a question?
Yeah, Joanne, I'm gonna follow up, because I heard that at the delegates meeting, a woman got up and spoke like that. I've been paying my bill here since I got the internet, and I've never had one, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So I respect. Then I went the other day after the delegates meeting, I went to pay my bill and I said, let me check this out, right? I couldn't ask for more. They get paid to like be clerks, take your payment, give you a remote. They're not people who do software. They're not people like that. I've met all since I got it, which is several years now, that I have to stick up that I've never had one issue.
Well, thank you.
But I guess it must be if you're having it too.
Nothing's perfect in this life, nothing's perfect, so. we
People go,
acknowledge that.
sometimes people go into a place looking for a fight, that's all, we all know that.
Yeah, and we're trying to address any problems that do come along, and I don't know of any massive problems. People get upset, of course, if it's your service, you're gonna be upset. But as far as percentage wise, I don't think we've hit a 1%, yeah. I mean,
Problem,
Yeah,
problems, are we on problems?
well, I'm just addressing the, reason I'm reporting of those problems. I think under general discussion, Ruth, if you want
Oh,
to talk about.
okay, because Ashton and I have the same problem. So, wait 50 more.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Okay. Richard,
A suggestion. Video in the Breeze Line office. Tape what goes on in there, I don't know if there's a. That's up to them.
I mean, that all sounds great, except who's gonna review it and who's gonna respond to it, and, it's all a manpower thing. I truly don't believe that we have a massive problem. Because otherwise they'd be lined up at the door. I mean, we
Right.
just don't.
Well, some people don't know that UCO is a place to go when they get no
And
satisfaction.
we need everyone's help to get that
Maybe
word
you should
out.
put it in the newspaper.
Well, we should, we should probably be writing more articles, we should probably be putting more on the TV, get the word out, that's the only thing I could say.
I had a question for Ira. The people that you have at the office within Century Village sometimes work at the other office? Do they switch back and forth? Because that was one of
Well,
the.
I don't manage those,
Oh, okay.
those people, but, I would think sometimes if we need to draw from a resource or. which
But somebody told me that when they went in there, the person that was there didn't realize that it was a bulk agreement. Because they had come from the other office.
Hey,
But this is a bulk
guys,
account.
can you do me a favor, can we address everything through the chair? Just make things a little easier,
Sure.
thank you.
Okay.
I think the service reporting is, we'll keep up with that and keep looking at it and try to make improvements, but I think at the moment it's working pretty well. Next, we wanna get, cause we wanna give Miriam as much time as she needs. Miriam has arranged for a streaming video, demo for us. And we wanna take a look at that, and she has some questions before putting a proposal before us for new bulk servicing for streaming video and bulk internet. So I'm gonna turn this over to you, Miriam, if you wanna go over, what it is that you wanna show us, and then what questions you have for us, and we can answer hopefully, or find out how to answer your questions.
All right, thank you so much. Good afternoon and happy new year to everyone. You just mentioned my name, I'm Miriam Decker again. I just want to go ahead and present a little bit of streaming services. This is one new platform that we have that will be rolling out sometime in the future around here. So it's similar to whoever has TiVo. It's similar to it, but it just have a little bit more feature added, and I believe it's more friendlier as well. What I like about this also is it's a cloud-based product, just like your cell phone. So as TiVo update stuff, automatically it's gonna be updated as well. And yes. Yes, so that's my cue. Yeah, so I'm just gonna show you, so it's gonna be similar to what you have right now, like I mentioned. So when you log in, you're gonna be logging in just like the same screen that you get today, right? You get the same screen, the only thing that different here is now you are able to download some apps to it as well. As long as everyone's gonna need like a Google account. You might create a Google account just for, to get the feature, because you also could use this as but voice recognition as well. So here, when you visit one of our app store, the Google's Play Store, this one is a brand new box, so you're not gonna see it, but here you see that you could download any app. So now you have a camera at home for your, how you buy any appliances, now they all come with Wi-Fi and an app and everything. So now you could download anything to this screen. You could download it here, and instead of changing input like we were talking earlier, because that happens to be what a lot of people get confused because it's hard for them to get back to the main screen. all you, it's right here, or just scroll to the side. You download, once you authenticate once, you in, you don't have to keep authenticating. So you could download Apple TV, you could download Netflix, Prime Video, anything that is on the Google Play Store, you can download and it's on the tip of your fingers. That, I like that feature a lot because a lot of people like that don't have to keep going back and forth. Pause me for a second. I want to introduce you, Braden. Braden?
Yes, hello, everybody.
This is my manager. This is Yuko, the Century Village Committee.
Pleasure to be here, thank you.
I wanted to, so I'm just starting to do this and then we'll
Absolutely.
talk about.
Yeah, don't let me interrupt the flow.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
So we'll continue. So then when you're here, let me go back to the screen. Okay, we go back to the screen. Again, like I said, it's almost similar to what you have today. You could watch live TV, right? So we could watch live TV. The guide, similar to what you have today, right? The guide, you could go back 3 days, right? So the last 72 hours, you could go back. If you missed something from yesterday's show, you could go back. However, how you could tell that you could go back on this, it will give you the features that are available. It will give you a green, let me show you an arrow. You see the arrows? This tell you that you're able to go back and start the show either from the beginning. Let's go here, Web of Life. It say watch now from catch up, watch now, create one pass. One pass, I'm gonna show you how you create it, but this is one other way that you could do it. Through here as well. One pass means to record all the series. So you just do it one time and it record all the series of that particular channel show that you're selecting. Programming, not only that, it does the recording for you and continue recording. With this feature, it's a cloud-based service, like I mentioned, and not only that, all your recording now is gonna go to the cloud. So it's no longer gonna be stored on the equipment. If you have not seen the equipment now, it is as, oh, that's not my bag, I'm sorry. So this is not, the equipment has shrunk. The equipment has shrunk now. So now as you can see, the difference between this equipment and the one you have today, the TiVo box, that one has a hard drive on it, right? So as you experience, if something goes bad with that box, guess what? You lost all your recording. Now it does not. Now you have 150 hours cloud-based. So you'll be able to access all this through the cloud base, and I'll show you how you do that as well. So you could create the a one pass, you could bookmark the episode, you could do all your series from here as well. That's one feature. What I like about it as well. Let me go back to live TV. Here, let's say I'm a very visual person. I like to see what I want to watch. So let's say, for instance, let's go to one of the channel that shows. Let's go here for FX. So let's say that I'm in FX. If you're in FX, watch now. Oh my. So here on the bottom also, you have the option here to also watch your channel. It will work. I heard you. It will work. So here also, you got the channel, you got the feature here. What I like about this, I like to go to the guide here, because now here it shows me every hour what is going to be coming on. So here is more, gives you a visualization of the program, which on the other one, it just gave you a description and you had to go by the description. So that's the feature of here that you have. Not only that, you're not gonna break this, you can play with this. We're gonna be leaving this here, so if you ever wanna sit here and go through it, you are more than welcome to do it. Go back on this. As you can tell, I'm still playing with it as well, right? Here we go. So here you got the fast forward, the auto, the go back to the beginning, the live TV. If you want the information on it, this is the last 5 channel or 10 channel that you have. You press the arrow back and it'll go to the last channel. If you wanna go back to the last channel. That's another option that you have.
And you skip commercials.
Unfortunately, you cannot. The
How about
only,
record, when you record,
when you have it on your recording, when you record it, you could fast forward like you can today. That you can. Unfortunately, we cannot skip all these commercials on these programmers. That's how they get their money, right? So that's a feature that you have here. So another feature that I love the most is we all love sports. So some of us does, some of us doesn't. Tennis, anything, and whatever it is that you like, right? When I sit down at nighttime to watch TV, unfortunately, it happens to be like 2 shows at the same time that I like, or 3 shows, and I cannot be going back and forth. With this now, it doesn't matter what channel you are in. It doesn't matter. You could go back to that channel and you could start it from the beginning, or you could rewind it an hour. Today, you only could go back to the previous channel. But in this situation, is any channel. So, if you are watching 3 channels at once and you happen, you can rewind it, catch up, go to the other channel, do the same thing, keep going back and forth. So, right, it's making it so much easier for us, right? So,
That really make it crazy.
yeah, so
You can do it.
Well, how many simultaneous sessions can you participate
you could record unlimited.
at the same time?
You could record unlimited. There's no 2 or 3 or 4 channel that you could do it. Unlimited recording.
up to
So
150 hours.
that you have 150-hour cloud-based services, yes. You're not gonna use all 150 hours, because I'll be honest with you, like I just said, you could rewind it. If you lost a show like an hour ago, you could go to that station and go back to that channel. I do have to disclose, because I'm gonna disclose it because it's not us. ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox, those networks do not allow you to go back and watch those channels. It's their licensing that does not permit. It's not us, it's them. So those channels, unfortunately, you can't. Any other cable network, you are able to go back and do that. And so that's another feature. Now, if you do want to go back to your screen, the screen that we were talking about earlier, that I said I'll go back, let's go here did I show it right here? You go to the TiVo button. Here you are, well, we got the notification section, but here you got your menu. Press menu, here you go. Once you press menu, you have everything you have. You got your one pass that you could go ahead and create your one pass. If mine would have been up, you would have seen everything that is recorded, because it's there. At the same time, if you have 2 TVs, 3 TVs, they are all independent of each other. Okay, so you could record from any room that you are now. Now, normally, if you have a big one and then a TiVo box and you have a mini one, right? You only could record from one, right? Not the other. You could record now from any TV that you have, and it goes to the cloud base. Not necessarily because you got 3 TV means that each bot gonna have 150 hours. No, it's only 150 hour per account.
You need more than one of those?
For each TV. Exactly. Another beautiful thing about this is it comes with an app as well. So if you have a 4 TV, you able to download the app to it. Remind me to do this on this TV, to go down the app. You are able to go and download the app, and you get the same features that I'm showing you right now here. You get it on the app as well. So you don't have, if you don't want to pay the 4th box fee, which is $4.99, or the 3rd box fee, I do not know how many boxes I have included. 3 boxes you have included on your bulk account. So thank you. So if you don't want to pay for the 4 TV, you could do that. This is also wireless. Okay, so what I mean by wireless, we do not need to use your coax wire. Ladies or gentlemen, if you love to move your TV around, you like to redecorate and everything, you are more than welcome to do it now because now you're not confined to one location. If you have a patio and you wanna have a drink outside and enjoy the weather, move the TV closer to the patio, you could enjoy it. This is a wireless network. That's why we need to make sure that when we do install this feature, we have to create a mesh network within the unit so the internet is able to pick up the signal to it, the strength of the signal. So that's that. To do, you have the to do features. If you want to put anything to do here, record it, the recording, your preference. You could click on your preference. If you have a favorite channel that you want the TV to automatically sign on to, you could put it as your favorite channels, and those will be the channel that will be, as soon as you log in, those are the channels that you always see first on there. You got my shows, those are, like I said, once you do your create your one pass, you have the my shows option. Autoplay, just like it means, autoplay the next episode and the windows in the sport. It's very explanatory. It's not so much difficult. You could keep going back on the arrow. Parental control for those that have visitors or grandkids or anything, you don't want no one to order pay-per-view, block it. You could do that as well. Your audio settings, normally we have this already done. But if you have someone who wants in Spanish or French or any other language besides English, this is how they will also do the service language setting on it. The remote control, we'll set it up for you. So that will be all set, so you don't have to, but if you do buy a new TV and you have to, the feature is also here. And here's the device setting as well, which is to connect the network, the internet, if the internet reset or the equipment reset, or you have a little outage or power outage or anything, you could just make sure through the setting that the internet is connected to the correct internet and not somebody else's that picked up. This is an internet based, like I said, so it does require internet. So if you do not have an internet feature option at your home, this is not gonna work. So if the internet is down, this is gonna go down because it's an internet-based product.
Is that hardwire or Wi-Fi connectivity,
Wireless.
wireless?
What's gonna be connected is the modem.
That-
So we're gonna connect to the modem. From the modem, it's gonna shoot the Wi-Fi signal, and that's how it's gonna create to the boxes. It's gonna pick up from there. That's what I mentioned earlier, that we're gonna be creating a mesh network within your unit. So a lot of the buildings that are older, right? The infrastructure is built, right, with structures that sometimes blocks. I know you are aware that the Wi-Fi service, because it's a Wi-Fi signal, there's a lot of things that impacts that, right? Like ceiling fan, blinds, mirrors, windows, a lot of the stuff impact the Wi-Fi services. So we have to make sure that we create a strong Wi-Fi within the unit, because this is gonna need it. It doesn't take much signal, though. It would take like one gig, maybe 1 gig, 1 meg.
Yeah.
One
I
meg.
think 25 megabytes.
That's all it takes. It doesn't use that much. But we have to make sure that your internet service, the Wi-Fi is connected correctly and you have enough signal. I'm sorry.
2.5 or 5 gigahertz?
No, this is 25. It's like 25 meg, that's it.
It can use both
You can
signals.
use both 2.4 and 5 gigahertz,
Yes.
and you're gonna have to change the gateways in people's apartments. You're talking about a mesh network.
No, some of them people may have the 3 point, what we call, I don't like calling them by numbers, as long as you have the latest gateway. Yes, if you do not have the latest gateway, they needs to be updated, we will be updating them as well. Yes, but if they have it, all we have to do is just swap, the service. All this is done by the back office, because actually it has to be done in the back office, because like right now, from here to your other TV that you have the DTAs at, you're gonna see two different services, right? We had to create a duplicate account so this streaming could go because of the codes. So I could download the app here, but you're not gonna be able to download the app over there.
Right.
Because once we change the code, that's what's gonna allow the streaming service to work. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think all of the technical questions have to wait.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
need to do more of an overview and next steps and where we go, because this is gonna be a process. Because this is a huge
Mhm.
difference for us. So we have to see very carefully how we're gonna go about that,
Mhm.
without getting sort of bogged down by all the small things. They'll be addressed naturally, we wanna address
Mhm.
everything, but that's why I wanna take it slow.
Yeah.
So that we, no rumors get out. They're,
Correct,
we wanna
correct.
control the rumors.
Yes,
so.
exactly. This is a very, honestly, I believe in the first meeting that I came and mentioned it. I have one property in Miami Beach that is the senior community. And when I say senior community, it's Miami Beach, that owns it. And it's very senior people. And we installed this to them, and believe it or not, it has been like day and night, and it's been on and everything, and they love it, and it's friendly. So, you'll be able, I think changes, everybody gets scared for changes, but it'll be fine.
I think,
So-
Miriam, if I may, just a couple of things. So, I'm probably a new face around here. I've been dedicated to the Florida Bulk program, and communities like this, in the area for the last 3 months. But I've been managing the equivalent portfolio in Ontario, Canada for 14 months prior to that. And a couple things that I think BreezeLine and the parent company Cogeco hold very true is living local and supporting communities like this is kind of part of our DNA. So that's kind of number one. Number two, there's a massive difference in technology between what we have in our US portfolio versus what's in Canada. The stream equivalent, the IPTV, the internet-based television product in the US is far friendlier
Mhm.
than our parent company in Ontario. TiVo was created based on a premise of the user interface having less than 5 clicks for any action that you want to perform. We don't have that same benefit on the IPTV platform in Ontario. Some things take 10, 12, 13 clicks. It's extremely frustrating for our less tech savvy demographic. TiVo is a platform I think that's been founded and its entire premise is about ease of use. Now, there's going to be customer education involved. There's going to be product brochures shared. Technicians that are completing this installation are going to walk you through how to use the general features of the service. So that's standard for every single unit installation that we go through. Sessions like this are really important to just, obtain the appetite for a migration like this. That being said, if we need to do this more, or we need to do a town hall after services are activated, absolutely, right?
Yeah.
So let people use the service for a month, use it for 2 months, write down your questions, get prepared, and then we'll kind of have a town hall and we'll kind of address it in those types of forms. So I just want to be absolutely clear that change is understood, questions are expected, frustrations are expected too. But the most important thing is we'll be sitting in a town hall ready to answer those questions and take the patience that's needed.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just wanted to chime in on that because change this scale, is really important to kind of make sure you guys know that we're in it for that change management process.
And they have IRA here all the time, so,
absolutely.
believe me, we're just not gonna roll something out and say here,
Yeah.
That's not what we are here for. So anyway, so going back to what I was saying, so in my show, remember I just said earlier that you could go back to, I'll say 5, I believe the last 10 channels. Here, you got the option, what to watch. It gives you recommendation. Sorry, this is a brand new box because mine would have showed you. It gives you, just like Netflix does, it gives you recommendation as well as to what they sees you watching. So it gives you recommendation based on your viewing as well. You could scroll down. You see, it gives you live TV. It gives you celebrating with dream favorites, the year Golden Globe, upcoming NFL. So everything is in the tip of your hand. It's gonna be a lot more easier. We talked about the guide, the apps that you could put here, apps and games. On demand, here's you on demand, just like you have today, you still gonna continue having that feature as well. You get to rent it. With the remote, like I said, it is voice recognition, right? It's gonna search our database. it's gonna search the internet face, it's gonna search YouTube, it's gonna search Netflix, it's gonna search across the board out there, it's gonna search everything. So for instance, if I said Tom Cruise movies. Sometime today. Here it goes and gives you all his movie because it's gonna search everywhere for you. If you wanna say movie with basketball, it gives you movie with basketball. It tells you anything that you want is gonna search for you wherever it's located. Normally as well, if you go back.
The typical disclaimer too is everything that you see on screen is not necessarily included in your package too.
Yeah.
Just wanna put that out there.
No, I was gonna
Cause
show.
I brought in that too, like, this is amazing, look at all these content, things
No,
like that.
I was gonna show it right now, cause if you say,
It's not.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's say, Tom Cruise movies, normally, when it pops up. Oh, look,
It's
it's
copying what you're saying.
it's copying what I'm saying. Tom Cruise movie. It picks everything up really quick. So here when you go in and you click it, normally it tells you if it's a free charge or there is a rental fee to it and everything, and what is it, you see, so what here, it tells you it's a Breeze Line, it's on Prime Video, and it's also on Paramount. Yeah, Paramount Plus, so it tells you all the recommendation where is that. It might be free for us, but if you hit on Amazon Prime Video, if you're not a subscriber, it's gonna tell you there's a fee on there. So they'll make sure that you are aware. I'm just gonna press it, I'm not gonna go all the way.
And if you have your Amazon Prime account and you've logged into your account on the box, you'll have very easy access to that movie just by clicking that button.
Yeah, you
So,
do.
yeah.
You see here, so here's the example. I press on it and it's telling me the option that I have. This is a good example. But like we said, if you do download Paramount Prime Video on your app, you authenticate once, it automatically recognizes you as a subscriber and it automatically plays for you. You don't have to keep logging in when you're there. Yeah.
Let's
This-
let's take a pause for just a second, Miriam. I wanna throw out a couple of questions here. Because I think, is there something very specific you wanna show first before we jump to that?
Yeah, she wants to wait to do this first and then take the question.
Okay, so I just wanna step in for 2 seconds here, so I found in my experience kind of doing some of these product demos. We go through this at a pretty quick rate, we're familiar with the technology. And it all looks great when you have an expert like Miriam walking you through how the features work, how to use it, what buttons to press, and you're like, seems simple enough. I wanna kind of bring everybody a step back, right? This TiVo platform has really 3 fundamental features that 90% of people are gonna use. And then you're gonna have your super users. You have a lot of live TV. You can click on guide, you go to guide, point and shoot, pick your channel, watch TV. Fast forward, rewind, skip commercials, record, all features we're generally comfortable with. Check. You can go back 3 days, that's an awesome feature that's specifically for us, which is great. So it's a high quality TV product in the traditional sense. You also have all of your pay-per-views, your rentals and things integrated in the interface by clicking the TiVo button at the top, which kind of gets you your main menu. So you got over to the side, you got your on demand. Okay, great. It's got the boutique services that you can order as you see fit. And then the last piece, which we think is kind of a really important integration on top of having your TV. Just by hitting back there, Miriam, sorry.
Go ahead.
And then scroll to the left, just one, apps and games.
Yeah.
Apps and games, so it's got, you can download Netflix, you can download Prime Video, right? As you've already shown, you can download your Spotify account, you can listen to music on your TV, you can listen or watch podcasts, any app that is available, like Miriam mentioned. So really, you know, there's a lot of buttons to press, there's a lot of things to do, but if you really try and simplify into 3 things, whatever apps you can use on your phone, your computer, and you have accounts for, it can go on here. You can watch TV and all the features that come with that. And then you have on-demand boutique. It's got all the extras too. just like anyone else in the marketplace. And we'd happy to, walk through those kind of maybe more super user features. But at the core, those three things, they work well, they're consistent, and they'd be as you'd expect them to be. And so I just want to make sure that everybody's, absolutely clear on that too, and not maybe like, oh, it's got maybe too much for me, or I'm nervous about that, or that's intimidating, and I'm not sure if I'm ready for the change. It really is those kind of three core offerings, right? I mean, like,
Correct,
yes,
yes.
okay.
Yes, so here I was gonna try to show you the Google Play. So of course, you, like I said, everybody, if you have a smartphone, everybody has a Google Play, right? So you have to create a Google account because it is Google Play. That is what TiVo is, as far as the Google. So you create one, it will make it so much easier because like that, then you could download anything from there to here. Another feature with this is also if you have a Amazon Fire Stick, you could download this to the Amazon Fire Stick as well, the app. With the Amazon Fire Stick, like I said, they're for TV. You could put the Amazon Fire Stick to it. You have it, or if you're gonna leave, or you're gonna go somewhere else, you take your Fire Stick with you. It's there. Only within the United States only. Again, once you authenticate, as all said, you have the same features. Any recording that you have on the cloud, you are able to record it anywhere within the United States. You're able to record it and watch it, I'm sorry. You're in the doctor's office, in the airport, waiting anywhere. Now you have the access to watch all your recording there. You don't have to be at home. So any smart devices that you have. So unfortunately, we don't have one. If the UCO wants to create one just for this only, you could create one just for this. So like that, you'll be able to play with it as well.
And Miriam, on the recordings there, you maybe remember an example that we shared with another property. Someone was asking when they're out of market, they're in Chicago for the weekend, but they want to watch the local news here. What you can do is you can set up a recording for your local news on your box. You're in Chicago for the weekend, you're in California for the weekend, doesn't matter. On the app that you can download on your phone, or if you want to bring your Fire Stick with you, so you can plug it in and use it there, you can watch your local news from anywhere in the news. You can't watch it live out of market, but you can watch recordings. So there's ways, small ways around, right? But all you'd have to do, and it's really not that.
Let me change that channel. I didn't want you guys to get distracted by that news there. Let me change that channel then.
Very apropos.
Yeah, that was not part of the presentation. I'm sorry that came up. So, anyway, so like we were saying, so you could also have the feature. So now that feature that I'm not at home, I'm not able to watch it. Now it's in the palm of your hand for anywhere you want to go and watch it. And like I said, it has shrunk a lot. Now it's not no longer of your decor of the house anymore. Me personally, you could do a Velcro back here and you could Velcro behind the TV, which I believe is already Velcro right here, right? Because I don't see it in display. So that means it's already Velcro. It has a red light infrared light, yes. So it picks it up from whatever angle you are in the room. Okay, so now you could hide it. The only thing you're gonna see is the modem. Probably put something in front of it so it could hide, but that is about it. As you can see, it's similar to what you have today. It's just adding more features to it. As we roll out more, as TiVo rolls out more, automatically it's gonna be passed along. Because we'll update it automatically. Again, that is as basic as it's gonna be getting. We'll be leaving this here. It's gonna stay here all the time. We're not gonna take it out because I would like you guys to play with it so you can see that it doesn't break. This equipment, again, it does not have a hard drive, so it's really for signal transmission, like anything, right? Like a phone, computer, anything, probably may go defective, but I don't think, it is very slim to that it will happen because it does not have much of a hard drive or anything in it.
A lot less machinery in it, right? It's
A lot
it's a
less, yeah.
receiver and it transmits through the HDMI into the TV.
Yeah, so,
So anytime you have a system, I think Mary, you've referenced points of failure within a system. The more you reduce points of failure within a system, the better the product's gonna be over the long run.
yeah,
And this one, there's no plug into the back of the box from a coax perspective, so you're not relying on that direct network. You only care about the one network coming in, feeding your modem. So it's just that slight reduction of what could go wrong and where, and it simplifies the troubleshooting process a little bit. Should there be any issues.
all you need, thank you for looking at it, because that's important, right? The most important thing that I should mention, all you need for this is an HDMI cord and the outlet plug, of course. Those are the only two things that you're gonna need for this. So, if you want, again, take this box, take it out from one room to the other, just connect it to your HDMI and this is a plug and play. So once you plug it in, it's gonna start playing. So it's really simple, you don't have to reactivate it again. So there's nothing to break, like the other one, you have to take the cord off. And I like it because, those fittings, they do fail, right? The fittings, you have to replace the fitting, the splitters, all that within the unit, you had to work for. So now without that, the service, what I believe is gonna be a very game changers, for the community. It is with internet based. I know we have not sat down yet to talk about that. That's a separate discussion. I wanted
It's
it
the
first.
next discussion.
Okay, so can we roll into it then?
Yeah.
Okay, so I know that we have mentioned about the internet. Many of you have internet, but it's not part of the bulk. This does require internet. I know that that's a conversation that we're gonna be having as soon as we meet with the board meets, once they reconvene again. We are hoping to add that to the agenda for them.
Yeah, the next available agenda spot for approvals, and to be clear, this community, you guys are more aware than I am, it's a very significant community, not only in size but in importance. The total investment that would be required to turn on Stream TV and deploy internet services to this community requires the highest level of board approval within Cogeco. So the reason that we're here today is it's harder to undo that process once it starts. And so I'm just trying to be pragmatic and go through as much T crossing and I dotting before we kickstart that ball, because that's harder process to undo once it gets moving. So for me, the critical thing is Stream TV an upgrade that there's an appetite for within the community, loosely based off of what you've seen and then how you're gonna play around with it. And then B, it would need to come with internet. And is there an appetite to also explore that inclusion within bulk as well? So that's really kind of the core, but at the end of the day, we need you to be comfortable with what this TV product is going to hold, how it's going to perform, and whether you'd be comfortable with that level of change management in the community, right? It's a project for everybody in this room, educating neighbors, meetings, materials, sessions, all the rest of it. So I just want to make sure everybody has that the energy for that level of project, right, for everybody, before we start doing it. I'm more than happy to, but want to make sure we're comfortable.
What about units that have telephony? Have telephony through Zoom right now? How is that going to transition?
You still could use your telephone services with it. It's gonna be IP as well. The modem they also have in the back of them, they have the input for them to connect the phone jacks to it as well. So you have that. Like I started mentioning earlier, that some of this infrastructure unit have, the infrastructure within the unit, could bounce back on the internet. We're gonna make sure that we provide the modem that is gonna give you enough strength signal. The square footage for it is 1,500 square feet on that modem, right, that particular modem. However, we have to consider the infrastructure. So when our technician comes out, he'll be going by the unit and everything comes with an app as well. This is gonna have an app as well, which you're gonna have control of it. So now you're gonna have control of your own network. So you're gonna be able to, he's gonna go around and he's gonna go around your unit and he's gonna see how far that signal is gonna stretch. But we need to add an extender. We will add an extender. I don't think the units here are are they more than 1,500 square? Okay. Yeah, but again, like I was saying, if there's a split unit, like a split unit, the one is over here, the other, we might have to put an extender. So there's a lot. So, the second extender will also have the phone jack service plug in as well. Here you have one, you could put the Ethernet here. But we normally use it for the modem. But you are able to have the phone service still with us.
Yeah.
That's not gonna go away at all. You have that feature. I was gonna mention something else, but I just went blank now. Again, like I was just mentioned a few minutes ago, the app. The app, you have full control of the app. That app, as a matter of fact, is gonna show you, if you download the app, it's gonna show you how the modem is working, how it's communicating with services, with our equipment. It tells you if you have when it's 2.4 and the 2.4 and the 5, automatically switch automatically. You don't have to switch it. It automatically recognizes where the signal is needed. So that is where it's going to concentrate. This here go to sleep. So if you're not utilizing this is going to go to sleep. So that signal, instead of throwing all that signal here, guess what? If you're in your computer, that's what's going to concentrate on all the signal there. So it's going to bounce back over. So it's very intelligent and it works. You have control also you have a visitor that comes by and they are logging into your network, you're able to shut them off. You're able to shut them off. Any grant you can give your visitor a temporary password. I got all the control. You could reset the modem. If you could tell if the modem is not working, you could reset your own modem there. Everything's gonna be in the control of your palm of your hand with your smartphone.
That's what my wife does with me. She gives me a bedtime timer to get off the internet and forces me to go.
I already threatened my grandkids that I'm shutting them off. So yeah, so it's a good feature. As soon as we are able to present, tell you here's a proposal, they will be able to do that. But at least we want you to know that we are not forgetting about you. We know that you're here. We want to get to you right now. What's stopping us today, and it's not stopping us because we could do it.
It's slowing.
It's because you have a community channel, and we have to switch over to a different, that is an analog frequency, a community channel, and we are going digital. So the provider that was doing that community channel, they're not going digital. That's an antiquated system. So we do have a partner for the digital. Once we do the agreement, that is where that will come in.
Yeah.
If anyone that's savvy today, if you do want to experience this today, you are paying for internet on your own. You still can. The only thing is you're not going to be able to watch the community channel. So if you watch the community channel, we need to keep you where you at. If you want, I don't think we could do the proper entire community, right? Because it has to be everybody.
So an important distinction. So let's just pretend for a second that this stream box is not part of the bulk, but you decided to go on your own and upgrade to that and pay out of pocket for that, as you're paying out of pocket for television. You will lose the community channel on this box.
Yeah.
Okay, but the bulk solution, where we would upgrade the entire community, would include a community channel
in the
message,
future,
right?
yes.
So that's another important thing. So we're working through that. There hasn't been a property this size where we've implemented a community channel, and in fact, multiple community channels, right? So the application that you would need to download on your box, and this would be part of the deployment process, I would envision. It would be just like accessing Netflix. You click your TiVo button, you scroll across to apps and games, and there would be an app here. Uniguest touchdown. You'd click on that, and then you'd have access to your community channel.
Do any good to speak to our provider, our software provider?
No.
Because we have his app that people that live in Canada can watch our TV.
Well,
What's the app?
Smart communities.
so you have a separate community channel besides what we provided.
We use your channel, But it's a
Exactly.
software that actually, that I program that panel with.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. We have
Let's
to
get-
look
let's
into
get-
it,
Let's
yeah,
get the information.
yeah,
We know we have a solution that will address the community channel, so good there. If you have something in place and the app exists on the Google Play Store, that's the benefit of the
Yeah,
Android
that's the
boxes.
thing, I don't know if he's on, if
So that
that's.
would be the only question we would
Yeah.
have, and we would have to just do some testing.
Right.
Because we certainly wouldn't wanna make a promise that, yes, you can use that, and then
yeah,
we start rolling it out and then it's not working and then we look like jerks, so we don't need that. So yeah,
Yeah.
we can explore that, but we do have a solution that,
Apparently they are on the Google app.
they are in
That's a
Google app.
Yeah.
So, okay, so let's talk, then we could reconvene our conversation, cause we could ask, because like I said, if we could probably meet with
Or
your
if you have
program.
another software vendor.
Mhm.
yeah,
In
Well,
other words, we're flexible.
Yeah,
I'm the one that
exactly.
does it.
Yeah.
yeah,
no, probably, exactly, well, that is what's, the antiquated, the analog to the digital.
Yeah, and it's,
So if we could talk, and see if that is something that could be implemented, we could put the third party vendor in contact to see, and with us to see how we could do it.
yeah, because when you make your proposal, I wanna be sure,
Mhm.
that the implementation of it is sort of seamless.
Correct, yes, for sure,
And so that's the kind of thing that we
for
wanna.
sure, for
Just put it
sure,
on your checklist of things, along the way that we're gonna do.
yeah, for sure,
And she's talking about their app that they're using as a downloadable app, like we would download it.
Mhm.
Like if we download Touchdown, it would work along the same way as what she's saying.
yeah, but the community channel is being transmitted through there, she's saying.
Yeah.
It's being transmitted, it's not a separate app, it's being transmitted.
so it's something we wanna explore, if the app
Okay.
projects, sorry, go ahead.
You have an ad in our newspaper here, Yuko Reporter,
Okay.
back page of the Yuko Reporter. It says, plus enjoy these features, and one of them is stream TV online.
Yes,
Yeah,
So how could I enjoy that?
well, again, okay, so the app, this is a book because right
Well, you
now
got
through the
it.
book, through the
No, but
No, but
community,
why did you have it in the newspaper here?
well,
what's your question, sorry, cause you
I wanna
can,
know, it says, enjoy these features. Can I enjoy that feature?
if you pay for a stream,
All right, so
Yeah.
and as an individual, I could pay for that.
yeah,
correct.
but again, you are not gonna be able to get a community channel or anything like that.
Well, just the community channel, I won't.
Everything else you would
Exactly.
get, yes, you could enter in your own separate agreement
Yeah.
to enjoy the benefits.
So what's the
of stream.
retail price of that?
I have to get our rate card, I don't know.
So you-
Are we gonna get a special discount on that rate?
No,
If-
in a book,
If we
no.
were, we're bulk
No.
sales, right? There's
We
always a price available for an individual customer. Yes, the whole point of bulk is that you
I
get,
understand.
yeah, absolutely.
And the retail automatically a subscriber, everybody gets already discounted, we discounted for our subscriber, so whatever the rate card read, that's what it will be part of. Yeah, so because we're already discounted, so if it's not someone that is not in the bulk, it comes, the price might be different than yours. So it's not gonna be an additional discount.
If your
on
question
top.
is if this community has a special discount to add stream to their account, as of today, I don't believe that
No.
exists. Because we're looking for.
Because we have a special discount for internet.
Yes,
Yeah,
I understand,
but
to
not-
upgrade to TiVo, right? For, yeah, exactly, so I think right now, we're kind of in a position where we're almost at the precipice of, we need to make a decision as a community, is this an all in or not?
Yeah.
And if as a community, that's not the path that we wanna go down, then we can start talking about the alternatives and whether those make sense or not. I'd much rather have a conversation with everybody at the table going down one path, it's a much cleaner avenue for everybody. So heard, absolutely, because I know you guys have that special program outside of your bulk today. Thank you for bringing that up.
So next steps, where do we go? What do you need from us to make a proposal to modify the existing bulk agreement? I mean,
Are we
that's
good to
where
go?
we're at.
Well,
Are we good to go?
actually, I think we
Let's try a
have
survey.
everything that you have given us. Us waiting on the next board meeting that opens up for approval for us to get in front and present.
Okay.
So once we have that, then we can say, here's a proposal,
Okay.
and we could take it from there moving forward.
Yeah.
Anything aside, we're still handling, like, the reports and everything that you always request monthly, that still will continue, cause that is
Well,
on the side for
but
us,
the
yeah.
agreement is still in place. and
Yes,
we're in
correct,
place
no,
now.
no, Yes, yes, correct.
So kind of key next steps, I would say, we have March as our target to get
To come
something,
to-
to get something in
okay.
front of the board.
Okay,
Now, what would we need prior to that in order to have confidence to put together some sort of proposal and a walkthrough of what a deployment and all the things that come along with a project like this? We would need some level of certainty from the community that this is the path that we'd like to go. Whether that's, you know, via Miriam or Ira saying, we would like to receive an official proposal on internet included in bulk with a stream upgrade.
Mhm.
One of the things, maybe it's worthwhile, maybe it's not, sending a survey to the community base on whether there's interest in adding these features
Okay.
or not. And get feedback. What is the packaging that you guys would like to see in a stream platform? I understand that your packaging is pretty good today, right?
Yeah,
It's
I think
inclusive
they
of
wanna
each-
keep the packaging, I think
Yeah,
there's on,
okay.
is adding the internet to
Sure.
it, I think that's what.
But like anything, like this is a really important point to make sure that we go through a needs assessment of the community. Does everybody still have the same needs from a television perspective? Or do we want to scale down the packaging and if people want to upgrade to HBO on their own and it's not part of a bulk contract?
Mhm.
Now's the time to have those conversations and those thoughts.
Mhm.
So just some kind of guidance on, okay, packaging, same, different, more or less, internet. What would be kind of some utilization that you guys would like to see? Or is this a 300 download speed community? Or are we looking for more speeds per unit? And then finally, box requirements. Do we want to keep it exactly as it is today? 3 of these stream boxes? Or do we want to go 1 of those stream boxes and then individuals can purchase an additional box on their own for $5 a month? Other alternatives also exist, right? If you have a smart TV, you can download the Breezeline app and you don't have to pay the $5 a month. And you can still get the functionality as long as you have 1 of these as part of your bulk. So there's a lot of different avenues we can kind of spin it, but I think it really comes down to what do you guys need? How many boxes? Do we want to mirror that kind of thing? Hopefully those are some thought starters. Or does that convolute?
Well, I mean, we
Yeah.
have an agreement in place,
Yeah,
and it's up to you to tell us what you can
Yeah.
offer us.
Yeah,
Understood. I'm more than happy to put a proposal together and say, I think this is a great offer, and certainly we'll do that.
Yeah.
Does the community still want 3 boxes? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Check.
I don't see where.
They wanna keep everything the
Ken, you
same.
wanna-
it's just
Perfect,
that-
perfect.
and internet
Good.
thing.
Haven't we been asking for a proposal for the longest time?
Yes.
Yes,
So
but
now it sounds like we're starting from the beginning.
no, with
would say
a,
that.
yes, no, you have been asking for a proposal. Like I said, this is, this property is really big, right? And the challenge is, like I just mentioned, was the community channel. We don't wanna take anything away. Cause, you know, we could implement this easily, however, the community channel, so that we have to address that. We're gonna implement something, we wanna implement it correctly the first way, cause we don't want a uproar and anyone mad. The community channel. Joanne, you just mentioned, we'll be in conversation, I wanna have more conversation with you and Brandon before we leave, so you could tell us a little bit more, so we could take you back. And probably we could, and see if that's something that, you know, we could make work.
Yeah.
You know, probably it's something that we could, you know, implement this, you know, because people pay for internet on their own until the other half of the internet comes along. It just, you know, that was the more logistic part. So now, I was not aware, now we are, and we'll pick it up.
Sure.
So it's not like we ignore you, it also, we need Cogeco board, Breezeline board, everybody come together. When I came in, yes, the holiday fell in the middle, there was a lot of holidays, you know, Canada has their own, we got our own. So, but we are not ignoring, we are addressing, but we are checking to make sure that we implement everything correctly.
I would say, let's not reinvent the wheel.
Correct,
We need the services that we have today.
correct,
Perfect.
We
exactly,
simply wanna package them
correct,
at a more effective way.
Correct.
Because one of the reasons that we didn't start asking this was because we were not even at 50% of utilization with the internet.
yes,
We are beyond that now.
correct.
So now,
Mhm.
we definitely need to
Correct.
change this because as Chester, you brought this up before.
Yeah.
We internet users are now subsidizing
Mhm.
the non-internet, so we need
Exactly.
to change that.
Correct,
So, you know,
Yes.
we want the services that we have today.
yeah, correct, Just
in a more,
exactly.
more efficient and more,
Understandable,
favorably economically
Mhm.
for us.
correct.
You know,
Listen,
for all of us.
and we
That's the
want
whole
you to,
point of it, yeah.
we don't leave no property behind, and this is what we are starting to roll out, we want to roll this out.
Right.
And this is not the only community, they have community channel that we are having the
Right.
same issue here, so, it's that we have to check all that out, and, we have to get vendors. There's not many vendors out there that provide community channel and digital, right? So that's not our channel, that's a third-party vendor that we contract with, it's hard to, explain that to individuals, but that is the channel that we have, so we just try to make sure that everything is together, a whole picture, because we wanna come in and we wanna provide an excellent service, not half service.
Would it be helpful? We have different levels of service within the community today. Those who have television only, those who have television and internet, and those who have telephony. In order for there to be an effective transition and an availability of information, how does this service those different levels that we currently have?
Yeah.
And the costs associated with that are gonna be very, very important, because remember,
Yeah.
the majority of the individuals who have facilities here in their units, okay, they're senior citizens. You have to be 55 and older in order to live here.
Yeah.
Okay, that is an impact.
Mhm.
And we need to understand how the new facility is going to support what's in existence today.
Yep.
The cost comparison.
Yep.
And what it's gonna look like in the future, because I can tell you.
Mhm.
Enough said.
No, I hear you, and so I think what we'll do, Miriam, is it sounds pretty clear to me that there's some eagerness in the room to get that clear walk.
Mhm.
Here we are today. Here are the things that you can purchase on your own. How many people are doing that, right? Let's get that full utilization report and a cost analysis of bulk, TiVo and internet only, average spends. Okay, here's the state of the union. Here's the bulk contract and proposal. I don't know if we want to necessarily entertain home phone being included. Is that fair to say?
We have to, well, I think we need to do an
And
analysis.
not included in the book, not in the book,
No, it's
Not in
in the
not
retail, in the retail.
Yeah,
But you
it's a
have to
special
make it
discount.
available.
Yeah,
Understand.
no, we have
Good.
that, yes.
Good.
You know,
The phone is,
under
the
one
phone's
umbrella.
available today, and it's gonna remain, I mean. it's
Yeah.
gonna
I guess what
remain
I'm trying to
available.
say
I
is,
think what you're asking for is you have a bulk, you have a bulk rate now.
right,
And you wanna have, you want a proposal that's gonna include internet in that proposal.
Yeah, that's what
Right.
For the,
Right.
for the community.
right.
Right.
That's
It's
correct.
fairly simple, right?
Yeah, that's all
It
they
is,
want.
it's very simple.
That's
because
what
right now
we
you have
want. The
a
trick has
contract.
been, the interesting part has been the community channel
Yes.
wrinkle,
Yeah,
okay?
And I think we could solve that pretty
yeah,
easily.
well, we'll
Because
talk,
the person that I deal with at Smart Communities, he has many communities all over Florida.
yeah,
And I mean, he deals with lots of different broadcasters and lots of different cable companies and, I believe this can be solved very easily.
Well,
I don't think it's a problem.
well, we'll talk, like I said, we'll put us and everybody connected. Because I do not know, I do not know the whole logistic that
Yeah,
is
no.
involving with him and us and all that. We'll talk, let's see what, it doesn't hurt to open the door conversation. And let's see what, at least if it works out, awesome, if it
Yeah.
doesn't,
Yeah, I wouldn't consider that a stumbling block
Yeah.
at all.
well, okay,
Before you leave, I will
Smart.
give you the information you need.
for sure,
Before you have.
yeah, for sure.
We, at some point, we have to have a technology discussion. That portion which we are not discussing today. We need that discussion to take place because that's important. I mean, I have a ton of technological questions which.
Excuse me, Madam Chair, there's a gentleman next to you that's been trying to raise his hand for some time.
Right, sorry, I'm not.
I know, I saw you now.
That's okay. So not to get too much into the, excuse me, into the technical side. Would the new service plan include static IP addresses on all of the boxes?
On the
Uh,
TV
no.
boxes?
No, our TV boxes does not need static IP. No, static IP is a business product. We do not need static IP for our services.
Okay.
That automatically is, right. If you have a business that you're running in your unit and you need that, business service will be more than happy to provide that to you.
All right, do we have anything else? David?
And Joanne, just to let our guests know that this is just an advisory committee here.
Mhm.
There's several other committees that you would have to go through.
Of course.
And
Yeah.
it would have to be approved by our delegate assembly. So
Correct.
you folks have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, no, we are aware of it. We are aware of it. Yeah,
We have many steps
correct.
after your many steps.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
that's what I'm trying to, we might sound very eager because we do want.
This is
But
the
you
first step.
understand your timelines too, right?
This is the first, this is step one.
Very fair, yeah.
Keep in mind, we are seasonal,
Yeah,
Yes.
so.
There's a very
If
important.
we don't get it done by May, maybe April. It's, it's gonna go into
Roll
the
over.
next year just because it's not fair to people.
Right,
That when you only got half the population here to look at something to make a decision.
yeah.
correct.
I just feel that we, as
Yes.
the officers need to
Yes.
expose the
Understood.
whole
Understood.
community. And
Yes.
only 6 months a year are they here.
Correct.
Yeah.
So,
Appreciate that context, that's important for me and
yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
so
definitely,
if we seem like we wanna get this going, we do,
yeah,
because it's now.
yeah.
Yeah, believe me, I wanna give it to you now as well.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
Joanne, committee, we're gonna take this back and we're gonna also try to put some urgency. Again, we just need to, when they give us a date.
This
we'll
is helpful,
present.
thank you very much, yeah.
Mhm.
Your technical questions, sir, is that something that maybe we wanna package up with a full kind of feedback list? And we can bring answers to that?
I think we
With a
should do
proposal?
that separately.
Yeah,
I
we
think-
should
I
do it
think
separately.
Now that we've gotten this, I mean, then those of us that, and as you said, super users like yourselves.
Mhm.
Put that together and give it to me. I will sit with Ira and with Miriam and make sure that we get you back in writing the answers to those questions. Then, and be specific, take your time, get me what you need.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
you said you're gonna present in February, right?
Well, answer,
So
well,
sometime before the end of January, everything has to get to you.
yeah,
I
No,
would say
he's
we
with
should
us.
target.
yeah, he's with us. Yeah.
I would say let's target end of January with
What?
consolidated feedback and questions.
Okay.
And we will be looking to package something up internally.
Is that fair? Do like a subcommittee meeting?
You do this, yeah.
Yeah.
And before the end of the month, and because then I can also get you any kind of feedback we need from our vendor too.
We wanna talk to you now about that, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay,
So-
perfect, yeah. No, at least we have it. He's with me, so now we understand, so now we know where we're heading. And we could hopefully get this, not the ball moving, step one,
Yeah.
going to step two.
Real
So-
tangible step one with
Mhm.
some numbers and
Yeah.
we can start talking about things, absolutely.
Anything else? Anybody? All right, thank you very much. Oh, Commissioner, did you have?
Just that what we are doing is turning broadband services from an add-on to an amenity. And if we present it as an amenity, there's no amenity in Century Village that everyone uses. But everyone pays for it.
Mhm.
I don't use the bus, but I'm in the gym. And I think if we present it as an amenity, another amenity, it'll be easier swallowed perhaps by the delegate assembly.
That's why we wanna get the numbers.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
So that we show that, we have done our due diligence about it.
Yeah.
About the utilization.
Understood,
So,
understood.
anything, all right.
Mhm.
You wanna ask a question?
It's
Yes,
just the
I
time.
don't know if this
Okay.
is a technical
Yes.
question or whatever, but
Please.
lately,
Anything.
it seems to have gotten worse. If you're on YouTube and you wanna go back to your regular stations, sometimes you have to do it 4, 5, and 6 times. It will
Right,
not
yes.
automatically, is that a technical issue, TV issue, box issue?
I think that's probably something we'd wanna look at, right?
Yeah, that's
Just to
not,
make sure, I mean, I'm not
That's-
sure.
wait, we gotta take, that's not it. Are you able to answer that?
So you're on the
question?
box
Because we've seen-
today, and you're
Yeah,
watching
no, no,
something
So
on
you're
YouTube,
watching something on YouTube and you wanna go back to your
Yeah.
regular
your
station.
live TV.
So you go out and it
Yeah.
YouTube keeps coming back up and you gotta do it 2 or 3 times.
Odd times
Yeah.
last night to exit also.
Yeah, that's
At
not,
times,
that's
you
not.
go back, you're ready to finish, you to go back to your stations.
Mhm.
Black screen. I was told when I
That's-
called a long time ago, unplug the TV, unplug the modem, put it back. How many times can you do that?
Actually, I'll be honest with you, that going out or exiting YouTube, going back to here, that does not have any impact on our services, that does not. I'm not gonna, I have one of the TVs, well, not this one. This one, but the older version, and they change the features and I'm experiencing that when, and I log in, I'm trying to go to the cable. And I gotta keep clicking a screen that they have here, but it's nothing that has to do with the provider that I'm with. As a matter of fact, I'm not in the Breeze Line area. It's another provider and it does not have nothing to do with them. It's just the features because they keep changing features. And as a matter of fact, I think it's more the remote control communicating with the TV that
So
is
what's
doing
the
it.
solution? What do
So-
you do?
Yeah,
So-
the second part of that
Yeah.
is, if you leave it on YouTube and shut the TV off,
It'll go on.
it'll
then?
come on by itself.
No, you
Yeah.
can't
The
do that.
TV will
Yeah.
come on by
You
itself.
have to
Yeah, see
exit
that, but
because
that's
the
not,
TV thing.
that does not, I do
Well,
not know
it's
that.
not you, it's somebody. and
Yeah.
it's where do we go?
Yeah, it has to be either the TV or something, but that's not,
It's not the TV.
we-
both have it.
yeah, but our
So
services
two
has to
separate
do.
users are experiencing
Two
the same.
different buildings.
Yeah.
One's in a 2-story, I'm in a 4-story.
Yeah,
So for me, that's better than a singular user experiencing something
But-
that might be glitchy.
yeah.
So,
Same brand TV,
What
the same brand TV.
TV? Oh, I don't know.
I gotta
Mine's in-
VCR.
I think mine's in Sydney or.
Admiral?
yeah.
No, it's not an
That-
Admiral.
that's not-
It's a
It's
Magnavox.
TV.
I've had a couple of those
It's an
type
excellent
Why is the
TV,
TV
good
so
picture,
much?
everything. This is
Yeah.
not a problem.
Yeah.
And they're trying to
Right.
get out.
It doesn't always happen, there's times that they work
No,
fine.
Yeah,
All of a
that's the worst
sudden-
part.
Yeah.
Lately.
the TiVo boxes today, do they have apps on them?
No,
Anybody else?
they got the old
Obviously,
TiVo
you gotta talk
boxes.
to Ira, huh?
Yeah, they have the old
Yeah.
TiVo boxes.
Does your system work with Roku or just with the Fire Stick?
Huh?
Does it work with the Roku or just the Fire Stick?
No, Roku has their licensing that they have not yet passed. Nope, that Roku's the only one. Apple,
Excuse me, we
I'm sorry.
either wrap it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anything else, any old business from any of the members that you need to bring up at this time?
Thank you, Ira, for doing
Thank
a
I
good job.
will take up the.
Thank
floor.
you.
Everything
Good
else.
man.
Motion to
Minutes was last month. September was 299.
We're adjourned. Thank you.
Do you have the number of calls?